Smells like Bad Boys. Hey, what's good guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. These bad boys right here are called the Way of Wade All City 10 V2 because this is the second version of the shoe. A little bit lighter, a little bit lower, but still the same overall performance package. And for your money at least, this is a great bang for your buck item. As of right now, the time that we're filming this, because this could change, I don't know if it's going to change or not, but right now they retail at $149, but on the Way of Wade website, which is a US website, they're discounted to $139, which I know is not a lot, but for 140 bucks for all the performance stuff that you get in this, and it's outdoor friendly on top of that, and it's wide footer friendly on top of that.
Shut up and take my money.
Can I just say that this shoe looks like a race car?
This shoe is very sleek looking, very weird, very low, but doesn't feel like you're about to pop out of them, which is really good. So yes, they look like a speedy shoe. Like I said, they're the V2 version of the Way of Wade All City 10s. If you are a longtime viewer of the channel, you already know, for one, we've been reviewing Li-Ning products since they started putting out basketball products. I think it was the Villain and the Turning Point, both of which were great shoes. The Turning Point especially, that was a great shoe. Evan Turner wore those. And then when Dwayne Wade moved over to the brand and he started doing the Wade ones, like we've been reviewing those ever since. However, sometimes the actual Way of Wade's signature line is a little bit of a disappointment performance-wise, but I've always loved their takedown models, like their All City lines, and they have a bunch of takedown models, but this is one of their main ones, hence being the 10th version and the second iteration of that 10th version on top of that. So yeah, these shoes right here, at least the line itself, are usually great performers on court. The way that this one feels, especially for its price breakdown, also feels awesome. So the traction right here, man, like for one, it doesn't look like anything, but that's a whole lot of multi-direction patterns. So this is gonna cover you from any way and it's gonna be consistent, and I love that feeling. Like sometimes when you have a shoe in hand and you feel it and you're like, I'm not quite sure how this is gonna perform, but then there are other times like this where you can just feel how freaking tacky that rubber is. Like, you know that this is gonna grip like crazy. So I'm excited for something like this. On top of that, the outsole itself feels much firmer than other items on the market and everything, especially if we're talking about Nike. Like their smear traction looks and feels great for indoors, but it's hollow, so it's probably not gonna be durable for outdoors. But something like this will be. So that's always a plus. On top of that, this is a Chinese-based brand. A lot of their players do play outdoor primarily, so most of their products are built for that too.
Excellent.
Something that I love though is the cushioning. So not only is it very low profile, which you can see with the midsole is not like crazy thick or anything like that, but on top of that, inside of the midsole is actually 3/4 length boom. I hope I'm saying that properly. 3/4 length, right? Is it length 3/4 or just 3/4 length? I don't know.
3/4.
Yeah, it's almost full length. It's missing like the toe area and stuff. If you want a visual, I will bring up this guy right here. So this is technically what Jordan and Nike call a full length air unit, even though technically it's 3/4 length. So it's not all the way through, that would be full length, but if you're chopping it up into fourths, that's 1/4 missing. But essentially the boom cushion, which I believe is a P-Bax based, looks like eTPU, but that's gonna be looking like that inside of the shoe itself or inside that foam carrier. So it'll be about that long and you're getting full length coverage. What I really love though is that the shank plate right here teaches you all about the product. So while inside the box is not a blown up image, even though we have one right here, this is the All City 10, not the V2, but it's the same tooling and everything, so the same tech features. But on the shank plate right there, it literally states boom, loud too, boom. It's like a comic book. The boom material accounts for 3/4 of the volume of the midsole, which I think is perfect. Like if you are a new customer to this brand and you buy this product, you instantly know what you just got sold to you. And I think that that's really cool. Now, like I was saying before, the tooling, the midsole and the outsole, as well as the cushioning, are reused from the last version of the shoe, the V1, if you will. But the upper is slightly tweaked, even though there are similar design elements. What they've added is a lower collar, a slightly re-engineered or restructured heel counter, a midfoot strap, as well as this 4-foot shroud right here, which is very reminiscent of the, I think it's the Way of Wade 7s. Was that the one that looked like a croc?
Bingo.
So nothing on the shoe is premium or anything like that, like some of the previous Wade models. Like that's how the Wade line started with the one. It was just premium leather all over the place. It was fantastic. But as you guys know, textiles are pretty much the new performance feature. So that's exactly what they have here. Performance wise, it shouldn't be a problem. Yes, I personally would have preferred a little bit of leather somewhere around the shoe, even if it was just a touch, but it's not on here. So again, as long as it performs well, which it feels like it will, then it should be good to go. This midfoot strap is really cool, by the way. First off, it's very tacky, so this stuff actually grips to it. It hopefully will not come loose while playing, but I don't know what you call this part, but the serrated part or whatever doesn't stick to the laces, which is really interesting. So it won't chew up your laces like you might find in other products that do feature Velcro straps. Even though the collar is very low, the back is actually riding up a little bit higher. The internal sculpting and the padding is really awesome, and it cups your heel in there perfectly, 1-to-1, so it should offer plenty of support in addition to the actual external heel counter. The forefoot area is very interesting too, because it fits wide footers really well, but it's also going to accommodate a regular or narrow footer as well, which is what this overlay shroud is all about. So that's for containment. You also sit within the sidewall right there within the midsole, so that's also for containment as well for lateral movements. So this is just one of those all-around shoes. Like this should be good for any position, any player, any foot shape, any size. By the way, they go up to a size 13, just in case you're wondering. So yeah, big footers, not too big, but you know, big footers can actually like find a pair in their size without too much struggle. This is their insole. It's actually a nice insole. It's not super premium or anything like that, but the foam material that they use is a nice EVA, and I really like the designs. Li-Ning and the Way of Wade brand tend to offer really great insoles with most of their models, just standard. But again, it is removable, so if you wanted something else, you wanted an orthotic or whatever it might be, you can always remove that and insert your own insert afterwards. Now, as far as the sizing is concerned, I would say go up half a size and you should be good. If you have any like concerns or anything like that, make sure that you can just go true to size. You should be fine. This particular pair though is a size 9.5. I'm typically a size 9. They fit me perfect. So that's what I would recommend, is going up half a size from your true size. But with all that being said, these guys feel like they're going to be bad boys. Will they be one of the best basketball shoes of the year? I don't know. That's something that's actually really interesting, because when you're looking at the Way of Wade and the Li-Ning brand, not only do these guys feel awesome, especially for their price point, but the Way of Wade 10, Alan said was one of his personal favorites after he broke those in. And what were the other ones with the drop in? That was a Li-Ning shoe, right? Or was that a Wade shoe also?
That was a Wade shoe.
That was a Wade shoe, and there's 2 of them. So yeah, I can't remember what those are called, but those have been claimed as one of the best basketball shoes of the year as well. So they've got 3 potential heavy-hitting bad boys of all different price ranges, by the way. Really crazy. If you're not paying attention to this brand in particular, like this brand and Anta, as far as Chinese brands are concerned, then you are personally missing out. Like these things right here pack a performance punch that gives you more bang for your buck than almost anything released stateside, unless you shop at outlets exclusively. So unless you're buying a discounted or heavily discounted model from last year, that's really the only way that you're getting the most bang for your buck as far as retail prices are concerned when you're comparing them to something like this. But again, with all that being said, thank you guys so much for being here. We greatly appreciate you viewing, especially since this is not a Nike, it's not a Jordan, it's not a hypebeast shoe. So for those of you guys that are here watching, you guys are awesome. You really help this channel, and hopefully you share the video, like it, subscribe if you haven't already. We'll catch you on the next one. So until then, have a good one.